What's good, everybody? It's your boy Casey Felt King Self for Life Wrestling Takes here to give you my honest take about AEW Dynamite December 7th, 2022 edition episode. TK was in his bag tonight. I give him props. I say it all the time. You want cats to be interested in what you're putting out there. This is what you do. You had to continue to do this all the time. We got to give a crap about Jane and everything that you putting on TV. If we ain't giving the rats behind about what you're putting on television, it's no point of you even being on TV. I heard about the Raw ratings. I heard Raw was down. We already know about AEW being down. I told you, it's the same thing for TK, the same thing for Triple H. You got to get casting out. Raw's too long. Monday Night Raw is way too long, ladies and gentlemen. It's way too long. 3 hours no. Go back to 2 hours and 15 minutes and you might be presentable, because now you only got 2 hours and 15 minutes to get out there what you want cats to give a crap about. William Regal is heading back to the E, so it's official. They made it official tonight. They wrote him off perfectly. That was a perfect way to write him off. I get to that point. He's not leaving because, quote unquote, people said that immaturity was going on. No, he wants to go back to the E because he wants to be there to help mold his son who was in NXT. So I didn't know that. I just found out that his son was in NXT last week. I had no idea. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, and he had the opportunity to re-up, but he told Tony Khan, he said, you know what, man, I would like to go back if you don't have a problem with that. And he granted it. You know, kudos to TK. I know a lot of people saying that this is a major L, and I understand why. You want somebody like William Regal in your locker room. William Regal can give you the uttermost evidence and the uttermost wisdom on how to be the best wrestler that you can possibly be, in the ring, outside the ring, on the mic, presenting your character to where you need to be to get to the next level. Perfect. So I wish him well. Like I said, AEW did the excellent way to write him off. That was a perfect way to write him off of AEW TV. That was perfect. Now, let's go ahead and break down this show. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, getting cats to give a rat's behind about about wrestling is, this was the format. Tonight was the format. People be complaining about the ratings and everything. I say, well, the name of the game is interest. People's interest in wrestling is not as high as it used to be, and a lot of that has to do with the clown Vince McMahon. You know, TK tried, but there's just a lot of immaturity that goes on in the AEW locker room. And it spews out at doggone media press conferences or whatever, and online, and people getting in meaningless fights for absolutely no reason. We want the drama to be on TV, not the drama going on backstage. Tonight was a prime example of getting cats to care about what the heck you putting on TV. Let's break down this entire show. So we open up the show, the Dynamite Diamond Battle Ring, the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. Now, these were the following clowns that was in it. We had Butcher, OC, Captain Sean Dean, Kip Sanger, I just said OC, Dalton Castle, Brian Cage, Matt Hardy, Ethan Page, and then Ricky Starks, Jungle Boy, and Dustin, all are from Texas. So that's why they allowed them to have come out with their ring interest or whatever. I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. Battle Royals, because they've been done so much, it's kind of like, what difference are you going to do in a Battle Royal? Like, everybody's done so much. It's like, it's kind of the same formulaic, because cats do them so much. And Ring of Honor, AEW seems to have the same format. Like, you have clowns out there doing all kind of dumb stuff, and I understand you trying to get storylines to be told in these said battle royals, but it's a certain way that you have to go out your way to do it. And in here, it was just a lot of goofy stuff happening. It was a whole lot of goofy stuff until we got down to the final four. Until we got down to Captain Sean Dean, Matt Hardy, All Ego Page, and Ricky Starks. Because that's what it was all about. It got down to those four. And obviously, certain cats are going to actually have an opportunity to go against MJF, because obviously they have beef in the past. My man, Captain Sean Dean, Why does Captain Sean Dean deserve a shot? Well, last I checked, he has 2 wins over that man. So it would make perfect sense. Now, when it comes to the promo battles, I don't know if Captain Sean Dean can hang with MJF. But we do know that a pivotal match is coming. Now, TK's got a lot of work to do when it comes to Captain Sean Dean. He's going to have to get that man to a place where cats will actually give a rat's behind about my main man, Captain Sean Dean. Now, you know me, I'm a ride for Captain because he's from the backyard, south side of Chicago. I'm telling you, I represent that homie all day, every day. But he's going to have to come across as a believable babyface challenging MJF when that time calls for it. But that ain't nowhere near the future right now. But that is a potential pickup match that we can possibly get. Then you got All Ego Page. All Ego Page and them are responsible for MJF having that championship, because if the firm didn't get the chip at All Out, that clown wouldn't be champion right now. So All Ego Page has a right to potentially go as an MJF. Matt Hardy. What is Matt Hardy doing in there? Well, Matt Hardy is property of the firm. So obviously he has to do the bidding for Stokely Hathaway and All Ego Page. In other words, do what they tell him to do. But with him doing this delete junk and all this crazy stuff, boom, got to go. So now we got Captain Sean Dean is on. He's out the door. Matt Hardy is out the door. Now we down to Ricky and All Ego Page. Didn't waste no time. They battling. They going at it. Beating the brakes off each other. Tearing each other up. It's a one-on-one now. They making you think All Ego Page is going to get the victory. You know dang well that fool wasn't winning. Ricky Starks wins. So now with the situation, because they changed it. Now the past couple of Diamond Battle Ring matches, MJF was always involved. And when it came down to MJF and whoever was the final one, they were wrestling it out for the ring. Well, it's because he's the champion. It makes sense for the ring and the championship to be on the line in the same exact match, which means he's not winning neither one. So this was basically the way to get Ricky Starks the momentum going into their match next week on Winter is Coming, which was perfect. Now, after he wins, MJF comes out, goes at the crowd. Now here, Texas was hot. I forgot what part of Texas they was in. This crowd was hot. They was hot. They was hot the whole show. Shout out to this crowd. This is what we want to wrestle. I don't understand these fools to be going to these WWE shows and sitting on their hands and knees. I don't give a care if what's being presented is boring. Make some noise. Boo. Just make some type of noise. I don't understand it. Yeah, WWE might be selling out all these crowds and everything, but you got to make some freaking noise. It might be trash, but make noise. That's all I ask. I'm telling you, it'd be hard watching these WWE shows. I'll be watching Raw, but well, I don't watch Raw. I'm 1,000% with you. I barely watch Raw. I watch SmackDown, but still, it's hard watching these shows because it's like, man, the crowd. I'm like, why are y'all going to the show if you ain't gonna make no noise? The Texas crowd out here, they was making plenty of noise the whole show. So MJF comes out, starts talking bull jive, going at the fans. Then he turned his attention to Mr. Ricky Starks. He basically called that man a rip-off Dwayne and said, I'm going to start calling you a pebble. And you actually have no business being in the ring with me because you can't stand. You're not even on my league. You might be talented, but you ain't nothing. And so he started talking his crap. Now, Ricky Starks just took everything in. Then he walked up, pushed him, and got a mic. Ricky Starks went toe-to-toe with MJF. That was by far the best Ricky Starks promo I've had. And Ricky Starks has cut excellent promos throughout his entire AEW career. This was by far the best promo he's ever cut. And he went toe-to-toe with MJF. Told him off. He little boy that man. Called him a tampon. Listen. They sold the match for next week. This is what we want in wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. You want us to care about a match? You get 2 excellent guys who can wrestle, 2 excellent guys that can cut a promo, sell the match. That's what their job was. Tony Khan, I give this first segment A grade wrestling TV. Perfect. Battle Royal, until we got to the very end, and then a promo, sell the match. Ricky Starks, MJF, Diamond Battle Ring, MJF's Diamond, and the AEW World Championship on the line next week. Main event, winners company, sold it, perfect, and the crowd was on their feet. Listen, the fact that after what he said about him, he had to low blow that man. He was ticked. The fact that he little boy that man, so he low blowed him. He called himself trying to knock him out. Ricky Starks no-sold the low blow and speared him, laid him out. And he picked up the championship, made you think, I'm about to walk up with this title. Ricky Starks is going to have this match won, I'm telling you. But more than likely, MJF is going to pull some chicken poops heel type of stuff, because that's exactly what type of heel he's going to be. It's going to be a chicken poop heel, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be mismatched. It's like he's going to probably try everything in his power to win this match, but you know he's not going to be able to beat this man clean. He just won't. I understand that MJF will not do this all the time, but he is a chicken poop heel, so he's going to find a way to screw over Ricky in some type of capacity. I don't know what that is, because he said his reign of terror is just beginning. Grade A wrestling TV, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you pique cats' interest. I say this every day, every night, over and over again. Perfect. Match 2. TNT title. Samoa Joe, Darby Allin. Darby got the shot from what happened on Rampage, if I'm not mistaken. This was a car crash. Listen, I tell you every day, Darby Allin is a car crash dummy. Car test crash dummy. That's his whole gimmick. He looks like he just left the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm telling you. Mixed with Jack A. 1 and 2. That's his whole game. His whole game is, whoever I'm in the ring with, I want you to just murder me. I want you to end my life in the ring. Darby Allin legit wants to die in the ring. That's his whole gimmick. His whole gimmick is beat though. Breaks off me, I don't care. But I'm going to hang in there with you. And you know when you get in the ring with a clown monster like Samoa Joe, he's going to manhandle you. And pretty much that's basically what happened. Darby got a couple of licks in, but throughout everything I watched from this match, Samoa Joe murdered this boy left and right. The fans was behind Darby 1,000%, but they knew, like it's like every time when you thought Darby was down, the doctors checked it because it was a scene where Samoa Joe just straight rocked that man and threw him outside the ring, and he went flying into the turnbuckles and everything, and the barricade where the fans was, and they checked on. It was like he just tried everything to like die. He really did. He wanted to die. Darby Allin wants, every time he wrestles somebody, he wants to die. That's his whole game. He wants to die. And even though Samoa Joe did get the victory, because he tried a couple of suicide dives, he tried to do a couple of coffins, he did the Canadian thing, he did all that, and it was not successful. So after the match, he got up, started cussing the man, calling him. He said, MF, you were supposed to finish the job. I'm still alive. You didn't take me out. He said, oh well, laid him out again. And then he put the Samoan clutch, whatever it is, that chokehold he did. And it started slobbing all over the place like he was demon possessed or something. Then he took his skateboard and he did I don't know if it was a muscle. He did something. He did some move, laid that boy, his back went flying into the wheels of the skate. I said, man, I know this fool is in pain. But Darby loves it. He loves it. This is what he lives for. He lives to be a crash test dummy every day, all of his time while he wrestles. That is Darby Allin. So, as he's getting manhandled, you hear Warlow's music come well. Warlow comes running out there. Samoa Joe runs out the ring, and he chases him off and said, I'm not done with you. So, and doing this, they also announced that Samoa Joe will be participating in the Ring of Honor December to Dishonor pay-per-view, which is happening this Saturday, and he's going against new AEW signee Juice. He's going against Juice. You already know Juice ain't winning that thing. There's no way in the world he winning. After this beatdown that Samoa Joe just gave Darby, that man get ready to get murdered himself. So that's another L. Unless Warlow costs the man, I don't know, but I'm expecting Samoa Joe to retain his championship against Juice. So that's that. So it was a decent match. The match did what it was supposed to do. It's the little engine that could, going against the beast of a beast. as of right now, because that's what Samoa Joe is. He's the beast of a beast. He has the Ring of Honor TV Championship. He has the TNT Championship. They did what they had to do. So, match number 3, tag team match. Now, here is my complaint. I say this all the time. Tony Khan continually does what I ask him not to do. I asked Tony Khan, please, if you got wrestlers wrestling each other on the pay-per-view, please don't have them wrestling each other before the pay-per-view. I don't know what he just gets off to seeing the same match like over. I'm like, dude, please let it go off. Let it go off without doing it before the pay-per-view. Please. I get tired of seeing that. He does this foolishness every day. You had Sammy Guevara sitting right there, but you decided to say, nah, we're going to do DG and Jake Hader versus Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castanova. Now, here's the deal. Sammy was in their corner and Moxley was in their corner, especially with all the ramblings about the BCC being done because William Regal just disappeared. But here's the deal. You notice Brian wasn't there. That is the very question. Brian was not there. We're going to talk about him, especially with what William Regal said. I would have did this. I would have had Sammy and Jake with DG in their corner, or you could have had DG on commentary. DG didn't even have to wrestle. He could have been sitting on commentary talking about, I can't believe I used to actually be tight with this guy. I used to be cool with this guy. This guy is nothing more than a wannabe wrestler. He should be with us. We are the best sports entertainers in the game. He could have been sitting on commentary hyping up part 3. Tony Khan said, nope, I'm going to give you part 3 away before part 3 happens. He does this over and over, and he does this all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about it. Can you imagine back in the day? Let's talk about it. Since they did bring up Dwayne. Now, they did wrestle at 15, but Vince held it off. He did 15, he did 17, and he did 19. So they fought every other year. Let me tell you something. Was Rock and Austin wrestling each other every week before WrestleMania? Especially before they WrestleMania 17 matchup? No. They did get they physical with each other, but they wasn't wrestling. They was either tag team or they was either doing each other's moves on each other. That's why you cared about the match so much. You was that invested in Rock versus Austin 2 going into WrestleMania 17 because the anticipation. You couldn't wait to see these two clowns get their hands on each other. You couldn't wait. You cannot wait. TK does this foolishness where cats had to wrestle each other. No, that's what Vince McMahon fell prey to in his latter years before he had to take a hiatus with this wrestling stuff. Giving matches over and over again, then say, hey, we're gonna have the same exact match at WrestleMania or whatever pay-per-view. And I'm like, TK kind of does. He thinks he's slick with it because he tries to do it in tag team form. I'm like, no, fool. Do not give me two clowns that's wrestling against each other before the pay-per-view. Look, they can get physical with each other, but I don't want to see them wrestle each other till the pay-per-view, because then when they wrestle each other at the pay-per-view, I'm not really going to pay that much attention. And that's on TK. He's going to have to learn how to stop doing this foolishness. I understand. Well, they haven't wrestled each other since July 23rd. I understand. But I don't want to see them wrestle until Saturday. I don't need to see them wrestle on Dynamite now. Because the interest of the match is kind of being withheld. And obviously, we know who's going to win. DG got this on lock. He got it on lock. I would have liked this more if it was Jake Hager and Sammy with DG on commentary. Because obviously, Jericho ain't there. Jericho be pulling up on Friday. DG could have been on commentary acting a complete fool, talking all kind of bull jive about Wheeler Yuta, underestimating that man, because obviously they had two bangers. So, part 3 going to be off the chain. But the problem is we got part 3 tonight instead of waiting until Saturday. So that's probably why I wasn't really too much in this match, and I already knew they was going to win. Sammy and Claudio won. Claudio got the little ring around the ring, the Cesaro swing, whatever it is, on Jake Hager. Moxley and Sammy getting involved and all this stuff. But Will and Claudio won easy. So that just tells me that this whole thing about Claudio trying to regain their Ring of Honor championship is over. It's over. And I'll tell you my predictions for the December show on Friday night after I get home, because I won't be home. I'm actually going to review Rampage for a change, because Rampage has been hot garbage as of late. Outside of what Rampage from 2 weeks ago with that epic cliffhanger that we got with Negative 10 turning on the Dark Order. That was great. But outside of that, Rampage has been not see television. This week, it looks like it's must-see TV. We need cats to care about Rampage. Tony Khan, you got to get us to care about Rampage. You had to. It's no point of Rampage being on TV if you're just going to put bull jive on television. You know what I'm saying? So after the match, Tony Schiavone had told the BCC to look on board, because William Regal has left them a vital message about everything that has transpired. And he said, more than likely, if the BCC is viewing this, chances are something bad has happened to me. And I look over my years in wrestling. He said, I've been tight with you for almost 30 years, right? I've done some very bad things, so I understand that something bad was going to happen to me. However, everybody wants to know why I did what I did, especially to you, Mox. I did what I did is because you needed to know to always have your eyes on the back of your neck to watch everyone's move. And obviously the BCC does not need me anymore. It does not. Everybody in the group has done a great job perpetuating young Yuta to become the best wrestler in the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he said something that made you think, what is going to cost the BCC? Because Moxley did cut a promo. He cut a promo before the match. He had cut a promo saying that the BCC is not the talking club. We don't talk, we wrestle. And he put out a challenge. He said he said this Friday on Rampage, he's challenging anybody. Anybody can step up and we'll fight. I'll talk about who he's going to wrestle. But William Regal said something key. He said something about something's going to transpire with the BCC. Now, does that mean that Brian's going to be the one that's going to totally demolish the BCC when time calls for it? Maybe. But the way how William Regal and them and then Tony Khan wrote William Regal off AEW television, I listen, you could not have been bad. That was a perfect way to do it. I couldn't have done a better way myself. He wished them well, and that was it. I said, man, that's called epic TV. That's called epic TV. I'm like, man, can we do this all the time? Can we do this all the time? Care. We had to care, ladies and gentlemen. We had to. Now, speaking of things that Tony Khan definitely needs a lot of work and perpetuating the next person to potentially take Jade Cargill down. For me, I think the one to do it was right in the group with her. So, we got Team Jade versus Team Kiera. This was okay for what it was, because more than likely, listen, I talk about Jade all the time. I talk about what her strengths are, and I talk about what her weakness is. We all know the presence of how she's being presented. Now, like I said, in some cases, Jade could be presented a lot better. But from overall, outside of what she was looking like last week, Jade Cargill has been nothing but stellar. And you want to root hard for this woman, even though she's the evil girl right now. She's evil as heck right now. Right now, for Jade Cargill, we have to build to the demise of her losing the championship. That's the number one goal. Obviously, TK looked like he get ready to go to this 50-0 thing. I don't want it. Personally, for me, I don't want it. I think the streak needs to come to an end. And it needs to come to an end now. If you want her to get to 44-0, fine. But after 44-0, we personally need to start building up reasons to give a crap about the TBS title picture. I'm serious. Some people going to think I'm hating. I'm just telling you the bold-faced truth, because right now, I'm ready for Jade to lose that thing. I am. Because I personally think Jade would be better off as in chasing mode. Plus, she can work on her in-ring work. That is the number one thing about me and Jade right now. I want Jade Cargill to get better in this in-ring stuff. Because When she loses that championship, she has nothing. She's vulnerable. She has absolutely nothing. Now she can go back to the drawing board, get that wrestling stuff in it, and when she come back and possibly try to chase for either try to get that TBS out of the back, or you end up pushing her into the main event scene. Because listen, Jade has star appeal. Why the clown? She's always being promoted and pushed everywhere. People say when they see that, say, "Who is this woman right here? Who is that?" They always say that because the potential is so big for Jade. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Do y'all not peeping the game? Could you imagine if Jade Cargill had Sasha Banks' wrestling ability, or Bianca Belair's wrestling ability, or I'm trying to think Naomi? Or could you imagine? I'm just thinking, like, man, if Jade was a powerhouse in the ring, wouldn't nobody be able to touch Jade Cargill, period. Wouldn't nobody. Because she already has the aura of being a star. She is a star. She is who she is. Her name is Jade Cargill. She is, I'm not calling her, listen, how many times, you know me, I got the utmost respect for women. I'm telling you. I will never call a girl out her name. I know her moniker is she is a you know what. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. She is the one. When she say she is the one, she really means she is the one. And could you only imagine once she get this wrestling in ring work done, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. It's over. I'm telling you. I'm like, and I'm so excited. I'm ready for a babyface Jade Cargill, bro. I am ready. Because I think, for me, once she gets that, it's over. You know fools are gonna hate. They're gonna hate Jade, and you know why they're gonna hate Jade. I don't have to explain why. But the moment, I'm telling you, that's why I'm still interested in the TBS title picture, because I want to see how TK is going to book her losing the thing. That's the number one goal right now with Jade. Keep people interested. And I feel like a lot of people have lost interest in Jade for various reasons. But I'm telling you right now, with how everything that transpired in this, yes, Jade number one, they beat Kiera, Sky, and Madison. Layla Gray and Red and them, they handled business. But it was afterwards. You saw Red kind of looking. I said, TK, Jade and Red got history. They have history. The baddies are going to be the reason why Jade loses that thing, and she ends up losing to Red Velvet. How the heck do we get there? That is the only explanation. Now, I understand a lot of people was entrusting Miss Alien Girl, Chris. But Chris got hurt. So now, Red is back. Let's build to the baddies turning on Jade. And this being the very end of Jade Cargill with the TV. Let's start doing it. You got to get cast to care. I'm going to be honest with you. This was by far, more than likely, this was the weakest match on the show. And this is no disrespect to all these ladies in the match, because they did what they was able to do. And that's it. Like I said, it's all about the undefeated streak. That's what it's all about right now, because that's all Jade has right now. She has her star ability, but it's still the in-ring work that she must get. I told you, I'm being very unbiased, but I'm also I'm rooting for Jade, because I know people are praying for Jade Cargill's downfall, ladies and gentlemen. I see it in the IWC. It's very subtle. There's a lot of fools that hate on Jade just because of who she is. But I want this girl to succeed so much. I want her to flourish. I want her to shut clowns up like you know who. I'm not even gonna name her. But I want her to shut all these fools that hate her, that can't stand her guts, that just do all this. But I'm telling you right now, if we're gonna build anybody up, let's start doing it. It's the demise of Jade Cargill starting now. Tony Khan, you heard me now. You heard me now. The demise of Jade Cargill starts right now. This is how we get to Red versus Jade. Now, do you want this to go all the way to Revolution, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to drag this thing all the way out to Revolution. I'm actually going to drag this thing out to January 11th. January 11th is going to be where Jade loses his championship. I'm going to book Red versus Jade at that show. And Red is going to dethrone Jade Cargill and become your next TBS champion. That's what I would do. That's how I would do it. But right now, this is the start. Let's subtle tease. Peak interest. Now, the question is, what the heck is the Bow Wow stuff going to? I don't know. Maybe Red and Layla are going to align with Bow Wow, and I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea, but that's just me. Like I said, giving my honest criticism about Jade. She has everything else. It's still the in-ring work. Because look, when it comes to the moves, Jay you know what you're gonna get with the moves. You already know what you're gonna get. It's just the in-ring work, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. So, Tony Schiavone talking with Saray. And you already know what's gonna happen. Britt coming out the woodwork. Apparently, she basically told her, see, look, everybody's happy. You had your first match and you beat me. Obviously, I'm still the girl. I'm still the number one woman in the AEW wrestling locker room. So what? You want to do it again? I got 2 tickets for you. You can go to the show out here in California and sit front row, or you can get in the ring with me and Jamie. And she said, fine, but I have a secret partner. Ladies and gentlemen, the speculation has started. There's only 2 women that you could throw in there. It's either Thunder Rosa or, ladies and gentlemen, now, Jade Cargill was hanging out with Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. They was at the Boston Celtics game, if I'm not mistaken. They was hanging out. Ladies and gentlemen, if Naomi and Sasha pull up, I will be the happiest man on the planet. They've done everything in WWE. I know fools want them to go back to the East so bad. They want those 2 to save the WWE women's division. They would, but here's the deal. They've done everything. That division belongs to Bianca, Becky, Bayley, Rhea. That's the 4 staple. And Charlotte. Those are the 5 right there. Those 5 and Ronda. 6. Them 6 is who you build that women's division around. Those 6. Sasha and Naomi have done their job. They did what they had to do. It's time for them to come on over and join AEW women's division and help these girls get to where they need to be. If Sasha Banks is the one to team up with her, boy, is this going to be such an emotional day. I know, especially fools have had such a grudge against Sasha because of what happened in the match and how Paige had to semi-retire. Paige kept putting out there to tell people it was not her fault. The accident happened. Do not come against her. And she told her. She said, I'm good. She said, everything is good. And she even mentioned, she said, I would love to wrestle Mercedes. Well, if TK have came up with a bid, because as a word on the street, word around these wrestling streets is Sasha was ready to roll back to the E. The problem is a money thing. TK and them got the money. I don't know. Listen, maybe it's just wishful thinking, because 75% of myself believe that both her and Naomi is going back to the E. But my goodness, if Sasha pulls up, but listen, I'm telling you, I'll be the happiest man on the planet, because that means Naomi is around the corner. Naomi was just hanging out with Jade. You don't understand, man. If them 2 sisters come over here, now I would be, man, you don't understand. You got Naomi, Jade, and Sasha all under one roof. Come on, Bianca. Come on, Bianca. Come on, Bianca, and come on, Bayley. If them 2 came, I would be happy. Listen, I'm just doing wishful thinking right now. I'm doing wishful thinking. And then Jamie Hayter cut a promo. She sat down. She talked about why Everybody is having a sit-down interview, but nobody wants to talk to the AEW Women's Champion. Listen, people want to get a hold of me. I understand I got a target on my back. But listen, I'm carrying this division on my back. And if anybody wants a shot against me, you know exactly where to find me. Ladies and gentlemen, the subtle teases of what's about to pop off. Jamie Hayter and Britt will eventually clap. They will eventually clash heads. It's just not yet. TK is doing a slow build right now. Listen, TK is coming along with the women's division. He still needs to figure out what he's doing with the TBS title picture. But as the AEW women's title picture right now is heating up. And if Sasha, listen, it's no surprise if it's Thunder. No surprise. But if Sasha pulls up, man, if Mercedes V pulls up, that means Trinity is not too far away. I would be the happiest man on the planet. I would like, yes. They'll come on, because they would help these girls so much. They would help them come along so much. People say, man, AEW turned too much into AEW. Listen, I like them coming over because they help the new talent get over. Most of them do. I give them props. Most of them. But that's just me. I'm just telling you. So don't sit up here and take what I'm saying as gospel. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on how I will feel if that take place. But if Thunder Rosa pulled up, I mean, the story writes itself. She got beef with the both of them. They got beef with her. Now let's get to this awesome main event. With no build, the build was, listen, man, I was like, okay, so who's going to be more over? Because both of these teams are so over. Everybody loves the Acclaim. Everybody loves FTR. This Texas crowd was so hot. They was hot for both. FTR comes out. Then the Acclaim come out. Max does his tied rap. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all every time about Platinum Max. Platinum Max is what you call a goofy rapper. I've actually heard him spit. He actually can spit. But when it comes to what he does for the AEW crowd, all it is just cheesy corn rhymes that he's pretty much taking shots at whoever he's getting ready to wrestle. But he does like to tie political crap into it. And I don't care nothing about that. But that's what he likes to do. And it's very cheesy. And I know fools hate. Listen, I've seen people talking bull jive and just hate all you want. You talking to a man who didn't give a rat's behind about the Acclaim when they first pulled up. I didn't give a rat's behind about these circus clowns. But let me tell you something. They've turned me into a serious fan. I'm very excited for their title run. It's been nothing but stellar. Now, they got the match with, as of right now, according to the kayfabe PWI top 100 tag teams, they're the number 2 tag team, which is Alive from the Pit of Hell. I understand the Usos have been doing great with the bloodline and all that, but tonight showcased why FTR is the greatest tag team of all time as of right now. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. But listen, they went in there and the Acclaim. They went in there and they tore the house down, man. I was actually standing up. I was standing up because I was like, the FTR made you think they was going to walk out with the titles. I mean, certain things happen here. I'm like, man, are they going to actually call an audible and get these things to FTR? But it just seemed like the Acclaim, the more FTR did. And so let me tell you what FTR decided to do. Because the Acclaim was so over, FTR decided to heal it up. And so that's what the story was. It was like, okay, we got the best tag team on the planet who was put as the number 2 tag team of all time. And we got a team who just somehow got over it. They're so lovable by the fans. Everybody love them. Everybody wants to do the scissor me daddy button, all this crazy stuff. They healed it up for the Acclaim. Listen, I take my hat off to them. Look, when they was in WWE, I couldn't stand them. But I knew that they could wrestle. To this day, my favorite tag team match of all time in WWE, especially over in NXT, DIY versus the Revival. And they constantly show you why they are the best. They show you. They show you all the time, and this was nothing more than stellar. I was on the edge of my seat. I was standing up. I was watching this. I said, these cats are going at it. They doing work. They out here. I mean, every 5 seconds, both of everybody doing sharpshooters on one another. I mean, look, Max could even do the mic drop. Listen, they had FTR looked like he was going to win, but with Bowens doing what he was trying to do, and then Max I believe he got to roll up on, was it Dax or was it Cash? He got to roll up on one of them. He got to roll that man up. Listen, man, that crowd went nuts. Texas, what I forgot what part of Texas they was in. They was phenomenal. They was on fire the whole show. I said, and then afterwards, the A boys popped up. I said, wait a minute, ain't they supposed to be fine? Now, I thought the A boys was gonna be wrestling Cash and Dax at the Ring of Honor show. No, plans have changed. The cats who I've been wanting to see on Ring of Honor TV, on AEW TV, Warner Brothers is gonna have to get they gonna have to get out of their feelings. Get out of their freaking feelings. We know what they said. I actually did a video talking about them. You talking to them. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You talking to a man who absolutely is not on the same bandwagon when it's concerning same-sex marriage. I'm just telling you right now. But the Acclaim, they great. They great. What they said stuff about some homosexual stuff, whatever, was 13 some plus years ago. They apologized. They was out, whatever. Warner Brothers, they need to be on TV. I get that the A-boys mention them and all that. But the Briscoe, listen, like what other crimes? Like, come on. Let them on TV, man. So the A-boys said, we got a Christmas card for you boys and all of this, and it's signed from them boys. This is part 3. But it's not going to be an ordinary match. This is a dog collar match for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Now, I'm scratching my head because I said, okay, so they just lost with the shot for the AEW tag team titles. Now they finna defend their Ring of Honor tag team titles, but in a dog collar match against the Briscoes. This is part 3. Man, I don't even know. Listen, on Friday I will give you my honest take on, or my prediction on the whole card and everything. I don't even know who's gonna win that match now, especially with them losing. I don't know. I have no clue, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I have no clue. But tonight's episode is a prime example of keeping people's interest. Keep people's interest. So, doing all this, Excalibur ran down the whole card. Then he ran down what's going to pop off on the Rampage. Sheeta is going against the Bunny. Moxley is going against Takashita. So that's gonna be great. That's why I say I'm actually gonna review Rampage, because it seems like this is a must-watch episode. I was like, that's the name of the game. You want cats to tune in to Rampage, we got to give a crap about Rampage. If you just throwing anything together, ain't nobody gonna watch that trash. Nobody. Just like I'm telling you, I'm not gonna watch it. I love AEW, but you're not gonna catch me watching no garbage Rampage. I'm telling you right now. But because of what they decided to do, I'm tuning in and I'm gonna review it, and I'm going to give you my predictions for December Designer Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up on Saturday night. Overall, this was a pretty good episode. Very good episode. This is what I want. I say this all the time. Get people to give a rat's behind about what you're showing on TV. If you do that, them ratings are going to shoot up. That is it. I really have nothing else to say. If you put trash on TV, people turn the book. They turn it. They like, I got better stuff to do. Sit up and watch this garbage wrestling program. Oh, what is this? What, Dynamite? Psh, what is this? A wannabe WWE show? Because think about it. Most fan bases, see, we living in a time where, because people who either used to watch wrestling or still do, whether they want to admit it or not, we do. We compare both shows. We absolutely do. It's a habit that we have, but when you see one thing and you're like, Man, what is this? Who are these clowns? What are they? You gotta get cast this thing. Man, this is something different. Like, I'm gonna watch. Like, they kind of they piquing my interest. I really gave up on wrestling, but they piquing my interest. Tonight's episode was why I fell in love with AEW back in 2019. This was what I'm talking about. Interesting television. This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't got nothing else to say. This is your boy Kingsville, King Self Life Wrestling Takes. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I tell y'all all the time, listen, I know my delivery is not like everybody else. I understand. I try my best to be as elegant as I can. I apologize for stuttering on my words or whatever. But like I said, I come to you with a respectable tone. I don't have to cuss. I don't have to disrespect the cats who I'm listening to. I just come on here and I just be as real as I can and let you know how I feel about what I'm seeing on TV. You know, and tonight is a prime example of if you put on good TV, we're going to give the show praise. If you putting on trash, we're going to take a dump on it. That's that. Hit the comment section up. Like the video if you liked it. Feel free to subscribe. Leave a comment to tell me how you felt about it. I'll talk to y'all cats on Friday night. Holla at your boy.